What's up? How's it going out there? I'm Hero and this is Hero Talk. Today we're going to be talking about Batman Beyond and Batman Beyond's legacy along with the death of Bruce Wayne and how this connects to the DCEU Batman Michael Keaton in the future. So, Batman Beyond was a show from the late 90s to the early 2000s, and it was really critically acclaimed, and over the years it's gained its own cult following, but it was a story in which Bruce Wayne was too old and picked up a gun, and he realized he could no longer be Batman when years later Terry McGinnis stumbles upon him, figures out he's Batman, and pretty much Bruce allows him to become the next Batman, the next savior of Gotham City, which is called Batman Beyond. In the story of Urban Legends #7, following the story of Batman Beyond, they reveal the death of Bruce Wayne and what happened up until that point. It goes into a part where Bruce is laying on the ground and there's really some deep dialogue between him and Terry, and him just accepting that he's the Batman and this is the end of Bruce Wayne, the mentor he will no longer have in his cowl that you always hear them talking back and forth. And he's just telling him to have heart, to have the love, to hold on to the goodness in himself that Bruce himself never could. It's a really emotional and well drawn out art in the comic, and I really enjoyed it. As the Batcave crumbles around him, Bruce Wayne dies and Terry begins to run out as everything around him is falling apart. It's like the end. It's the end of an era, the end of one legacy, and kind of the continuation of a brand new one. And Terry realizes that as he's running out. And in the end, he stands on top of a building and he tells himself, "I am Batman." The death of Bruce Wayne is something I never really envisioned in Batman Beyond, because it was kind of like, he has to be there. Like, Terry needs that person. Like, Bruce, I don't want to say he's the Alfred, but he's kind of like the Alfred plus having Bruce Wayne's intellect to always help you when you're in a tight situation. And that's something that's really enjoyable about Batman Beyond in a whole, is the relationship that they gathered and that they build throughout the time. So this story is supposed to continue going into Neo year #1, which comes out next April, I believe, next April. And I can't wait to read that story and see how they come up with it. And hopefully this isn't like some kind of fake out or something, but it's comic books and it probably is. The death of Bruce Wayne is something that it even kind of hit me, you know, growing up with the series Batman Beyond and being a huge fan of it all of these years, and always rewatching the seasons, especially now on HBO Max. And I really want to know what stories they have for Terry McGinnis. There's no more Batcave, there's no more Wayne Manor. It's just kind of like completely getting rid of Bruce Wayne and leaving out Terry on his own now. And that's gonna be really interesting to see how he navigates that. Even reading a few pages later, you can see like he's heavily affected by it. Obviously, it's Bruce being that father figure after his father died when you watch the original series, the cartoon series. So how does this tie into the future of Michael Keaton and his role in the DCEU as an older, more aged Batman? I do know in the early 2000s, after the Batman Beyond series had come to an end, that there was plans to do a movie and everything, but it got shelved and locked in developmental hell, and it just stayed there. And then they decided to do the Christopher Nolan trilogy, which is great. We all love it. But Michael Keaton coming in as an older Batman, I've seen a lot of rumors and a lot of people want Terry McGinnis to make his intro into the DCU and have a live action Batman Beyond feel, which now I feel it would be great to do, because we actually have the technology and all of the camera stuff and all the equipment to make it a really enjoyable movie. I feel like the DCU casting, say what you will about it, but their casting is always on point, and I enjoy a lot of the stories. And hey, maybe we could even get Zack Snyder to do it if WB stops hating him eventually. But yeah, I really want to see what Michael Keaton's fate is and the Flash in the upcoming movie, because there's multiple Batman, of course there's multiple Flash, so I have really high hopes for that. But anyway, thank you for joining us. This is our first video. I'm Hero at Hero Talk. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will get better as time goes on. Thank you.
For some clown who thinks he's Batman, I am Batman.